Enjoy your adventure at Kilimanjaro Safari. Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safari. Para su seguridad.
Here in our baby station today. My name is My name is Tristan. Our guide for the next 2 weeks as we go through the Rhinos Wildlife Reserve. But before we head on into the reserve, I do have a few safety reminders. I ask everyone to please remain seated and keep all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times, even when we are stopped. I also ask please don't make any sounds to the animals as we're going to be in their homes. We want to respect that. And please don't eating or drinking on board for the next 2 weeks. Well, we're going to start our journey by entering the loading interior forest. Keep your eyes peeled. And also hide your allowance for camouflage. Chestnut colored to be exact is called the bongo. The bongos are often referred to be as a ghost of the forest because they're rarely ever seen. Over here to the right side, you see the antelope with black and white stripes on its back legs named the okapi. The okapis are often mistaken to be a relative to the zebra because of those stripes, but in fact they're the only known relative to the giraffe. Why? Because they have tiny little horns on top of their heads. And they also have very large tongues. Their tongues are so large, in fact, they can clean their eyes and their ears if they really wanted to. Another bongo here to the left side, and also very close to the truck on the left, and also in the distance to the right side, that lighter tan color of antelope, relative to the bongo, called the greater kudu. You can tell this one's a female right here. All of them are females because they don't have any horns on top of their heads. The males will have horns. And they are also the second largest species of antelope in the world. Before we left the border, just look at the black rhinoceros seen in this area. Let me know if you see it. I think I'm going to come across one of those. Coming up to the left side is the black rhinoceros against the wall back there in the back left. It is very rare that we're seeing this rhino right now. That's because they're extremely endangered. There's less than 4,000 of them left in the world due to poaching. Many rhinos are being poached every single day because of their horns. And their horns contains a material called keratin, the same material found in our fingernails and our hair. In some cultures, they believe that this keratin contains medicinal value, but it has never been scientifically proven. And that rhino can weigh up to 3,000 pounds each, and they can also charge up to 35 miles an hour. Very fast for their size. Actually, I can't. All the way to the left side, you see that black and white bird hiding in the brush. Colorful beak called the saddle-billed stork. They're one of the only birds that can be vocally to each other, able to communicate by rattling their bills. And their wingspan on average is about 9 feet long. So they're very, very large. They can reach the height of 5 feet. Alright, let's take this road going this way. Quickly, now you remember, looking at the Copy River is one of the largest mammals in the world. That mammal is the Hippopotamus. They're to be considered one of the most dangerous animals in the world from how extremely territorial they are. Oh, look all in the back right, there's a Nile hippopotamus in the water over there. It is very common for them to be in the water during this time. That's because during the daytime they will mostly sleep underwater, naturally coming up for breath about every few minutes or so. And at nighttime that's a little miles and miles. There's another river coming up to the left side, which is the hanging out over there. Like there's 2 of them over here to the left. A group of hippos is called a float. Each one of them can weigh up to 5,500 pounds, and their calves at birth weigh up to 85 pounds each. Over here to the left on the island, this large white bird is called the pink-backed pelican. Now you may be wondering how they get their names, it's only look pink. Well, it's because under its wings on its skin will turn pink during mating season, and their wingspan on average is about 6 to 9 feet long. Yes, you can see the hippo poking its head out, getting that breath right there. It may look like these hippos can swim, but they're actually not swimming at all. They're just bouncing across the floor on the bottom. They're not really good swimmers. Alright, we'll see if there's any more hippos this way. Alright, usually I like to hang around the waterfalls here to the left side. And look at those beautiful waterfalls to the left. Ooh, Ooh, look at these beautiful Nile crocodiles to the left. They have a bite force of 2,000 pounds per square inch. With that, they can crush the bones of their prey. Weight limit 4 tons. This shark weighs 15 tons. We should be fine, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh no, this bridge does not sound good. Everyone hang on. Those crocodiles are the length of 1 feet long, and they are going to take down prey. 2 times their size. I think we're going to make it. And most of the mammals in Africa are called home to the savannah, including the giraffe, elephant, and the African wild dogs. But before we head on into the savannah, we are going to look to the right at this funny looking tree. And 3, and 2, and a 1, 2, 3 to the right. There's the baobab tree. Many locals refer to this tree as the upside down tree, as it looks like the roots are sticking straight up towards the sky, but in fact, it is just branches. So one day, let's head on to the reserve, or the savannah. We have now reached Savannah. Over the part of our journey, in my opinion, is one of the best views on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, as you can see a large amount of the savannah. Hi there, please remain seated for me. Thank you. Ooh, there's a big family of Hartman mountain zebras coming up to the right side. There's 2 baby zebras in the middle over here. Now, it's a little hard to tell the baby zebras apart. That's because when they're born, their legs are almost as tall as they're going to be when they're adults, so they're very big babies. They're only a couple months old. And the Hartman mountain zebras are the only species of zebras that have a dewlap around their neck. It's like an extra fold of skin for them. Also breathe better and circulate blood. And also to the right, you can see a baby Maasai giraffe hiding behind the tree over there. When that baby giraffe is fully grown, it'll be the tallest animal in the world. Reach up to heights of 18 to 20 feet tall. When that baby giraffe was born, it's going to reach up to heights of 6 feet tall straight out of the womb. Ooh, look to the left, I can see a cave, and look inside the cave, you can see some African wild dogs sleeping. Well, let's go get a better view. But these are not like your dogs at home. These are one of the most successful hunters in Africa. Even more successful than cheetahs and lions combined. Their average hunting success rate is about 80 to 90%, so they're very, very good at hunting. They are so good, they'll just chase their prey down to exhaustion so their prey can't run anymore. Coming up to the left and the right of us, there's going to be a herd of white-bearded wildebeest. They're the grayish animal. They are one of the most highly densely animals in the world, ranging at humans. Up to 1 million will migrate per year. They can also travel up to 1,000 miles at a time. Coming up to the left side, look at this termite mound. Must be at least 20 feet tall. Termites will build these mounds themselves, use their own dung, saliva, dirt, sand, basically whatever they can find around them. And when it bakes in the hot African sun, they get to be as hard as concrete. And many animals such as elephants will even use them as scratchy wood. See a great view of the giraffe coming up to the right side carrying this branch. It's eating the branch right now. Giraffes are best at eating. That's because they'll eat around 19 to 22 hours out of the day. And they will only sleep about 30 minutes per day. You'll often see them sleeping standing up. That's because it requires many muscles for them to lay down. Looks like we're going to have a conga line with this giraffe right now. Out of the road. Here on the reserve, the animals have the right of way in the roads, while the trucks do not, since we're in their home. We want to respect that. Over here to the right side, you see a baby Patterson's eland. Doesn't look like a baby at all. That's because they're the largest species of antelope in the world. And you see the eland parents right over here. The gray one's the dad, and the mom is right next to it on the right side. They are the largest species of antelope in the world, reaching up to heights of 6 feet tall at the shoulder. That gray one's around 6.5 feet tall. See me crazy about them? They can jump 6 feet straight up in the air. So they gotta hop on this truck with us if they really wanted to. Coming over here to the right side is also another antelope that can jump 6 feet tall called the springbok. They will jump 6 feet tall when they're frightened or excited, and they will leap 13 feet forward while running. They are also one of the fastest animals in the world, reaching up to speeds of 60 miles an hour. Over here to the right side, hiding in the brush, the animal with the large white horns on top of their heads are called the ankwoolly cow or ankwoolly cattle of many. You may think those horns are extremely heavy from how large they are, but believe it or not, those horns, they don't weigh more than 5 pounds each. They have a hollow honeycomb-like structure inside, and those horns also act as a cooling system for the cow as blood runs through them. See a giraffe right here to the right side. It's going to be a younger one. Probably a couple years old. And a very young one coming up to the right, probably about a year or 2 old. It's like giraffe everywhere. A group of giraffe is called a tower. Giraffes can run up to 35 miles an hour in short distances, and in long distance they can run up to 10 miles an hour. So when they run in the reserve together, I like to call it a tower of terror. side. You also see how large those ankylate horns are. Ooh, look at this big tree knocked down ahead. It must be those elephants. The elephants will knock down through anything they possibly can to find their food, and they will. Elephants typically eat around 300 pounds of food per day. Alright, we are now entering elephant country. I can see an African elephant coming up to the right side. You can tell it's an African elephant because we're in Africa. But regardless of its shine ears, they'll flop them all day long when it's hot outside. That's just pull them off. See it doing right there, right now to the right side. Great view from behind. Open the trees to the left so you can see the mandrill species monkey. Good job. See also another one right below the tree right there hanging out. It's walking towards us now. They're the largest species of monkey in Africa. The males weigh up to 100 pounds, the females up to 30 pounds. And they're also the same animal as Rafiki from the Lion King. Alright, well I think I know this better view of the elephant coming up into the right side. It's a little shortcut I know. Oh no, it does look like the road's closed, everyone. Hang on. Oh, I don't think we can't see the elephant too well, but all in the back right you can see the African elephant. You'll often see elephants pick up dirt, sand, even mud with their trunks on their backs and under them. That's because they have extremely sensitive skin, and by doing so, lack does sunscreen for them. But since that road's closed right there, we're going to have to take the long way around. It's going to have 2 days on tour adventure, though, so everyone get comfortable. We're going to spend 2 weeks and 2 days together. Oh, even better news than their old rickety bridge. Oh, wait. Alright, everyone, hang on. We'll see if this truck, or the bridge can handle the 15-ton truck. Here we go. A great way to help elephants and mandrills out are recycling your old electronics. That's because many of the materials found in electronics are the same materials found in their environments. So often their homes are being destroyed just because for cell phones, laptops, cameras, and it's not fair to them because it's their home. So recycling your old electronics helps save their environment and save a place to live in. Look at that, we made it. Starting to pass the red clay pits now, they're on either side of us. Coming up to the right side, very large stones mark these red clay pits. And look to the left, some elephant footprints. It's a great sign elephants eat nearby. The elephants will need to claim the red clay pits as they gain nutrients and they don't get from their normal diet. Our conservation teams learned that elephants are scared of bees. Since elephants will eat and destroy basically anything they come across, they will often come across farmers' crops and eat and destroy them. And this is not safe for the elephants, and this is not good for the farmers as they're losing their crops. So the conservation teams built beehive fences around the farmers' crops in Kenya. And by doing so, it helps keep the elephants more safe, and it also helps keep the farmers' crops more safe. So it's a win-win situation. And it also promoted honey for the farmers. So it's a triple win at this point. See another elephant to the left of the male elephants during their teenage years, they will separate from the herd and go live life on their own. They'll visit family from time to time. And the baby elephants, well, they'll go meet and go with other animals during the daytime, and then at nighttime they'll have to return home to their mothers since they have a curfew. See a watering hole kind of to the left side. See a very special animal over here too called the duck. And you can see the African elephant in the back left again as well. Oh, look at the elephants ate the bark from that baobab tree right there this morning. Now, they'll eat the bark from the baobab trees. That's because it contains water in them. They'll gain water and more nutrients that way. The baobab trees, they can hold 2,500 gallons worth of water in their trunks at a time, getting the nickname Tree of Life. If you look over here to the left, I can see some baby greater flamingos over here to the left. They're the little grayish color. They haven't grown into their pink yet, but eventually they will by eating the brine shrimp. That's a part of their diet. It contains beta-carotene, and that's what turns their skin color pink. Now the one way in the back left, that's about a week old, and the bigger ones are about a month old. The greater flamingos are the largest species of flamingos in the world, and they are also the lightest deep-water species of flamingos in the world. And a group of them is called a flamboyant. Mud pits coming out to our left side. Great sign white rhinoceros in the area. The white rhinos, they love to make a roll around in these mudslips. That's because they have extremely sensitive skin, just like the elephants. And by them doing so, they lack that sunscreen for them. And I do see the white rhinos right now. Does anyone see them? Maybe right there. All right, let's go over there. Coming up to the right side, there's going to be the white rhinoceros. There's like a group of them. The big group of rhinos is called a crash, since they can't see more than 10 feet in front of them at a time. And the difference between the black and the white rhino is not their shade of color. Not at all. The shape of their mouth. The black rhinoceros has more of a pointy mouth, pointy lip, while the white rhinoceros has more of a horizontal mouth and lip. In fact, the white rhinoceros was originally called the white rhinoceros. White is Afrikaans for wide mouth. It was just mispronounced so much, it became white rhinoceros. I do have great news for everyone. We're in big cat territory, so we'll keep an eye out. See a better view of the rhinos from the right side. These rhinos weigh heavier than the black rhinos, weighing around 4,000 to 5,000 pounds each. But I do believe I see a couple cheetahs coming up to the left side. Maybe, yes, they're letting in the leads all the way in the back left over here. There's like 3 of them. Get in the shade so we can get a better view of them. There they are. Cheetahs are the fastest land animals in the world. They can reach up to speeds of 70 miles an hour. Although they can only do in short distances since their bodies will overheat. And they're also the only daytime big cat hunter in Africa, unlike the lion, which will come out during the nighttime and hunt. But the cheetahs, they have huge tails. That's how they steer while they're running. Keep balance. They're running so fast. Speaking of the lion, you can see this big rock formation coming up called the Kobe Rocks, or also known as Pride Rock in the Lion King, before left side. The lions usually like to hang around here so they can get on top of those rocks and get a higher vantage point of the savannah so they can search for their prey. It will be extremely rare that we see the lions out right now since they are nocturnal, and they also sleep around 16 to 20 hours per day. So they're very good at sleeping. But with that, they're not really good at hunting. Their average hunting success rate is only about 10%. Coming up to the right side though, I can see an ostrich and some bonta box. But Hakuna Matata, no worries, we will be over there soon. Alright, let's see if there's any lions out right now. Maybe there might be one sunbathing somewhere. Let me know if you see any lions. If you ever have the chance to hear a lion roar, their roars can be heard up to 5 miles away. Don't think I see any though. Simba is a Swahili phrase and it means lion. So you see some burrows coming up to the left side. Let's see if there's any warthogs around here. So there's 2 warthogs over there on the left side. Warthogs are the largest bird animals in Africa, and they're related to domesticated pigs. Those tusks on their face, they're about 3 or 4 inches on either side of them, and they'll use them to dig those burrows over here, and they'll back themselves into it when they're done, so when they're sleeping, their tusks are facing outwards, since they're razor sharp, they'll fend off predators. Alright, here comes the ostrich to the right side. The ostrich is the largest species of bird in the world. And also over here to the right, the bonta box. The bonta box are completely extinct in the wild, and they're only found in reserves such as this one. Oh, no wonder why the ostrich is right here. There's some ostrich eggs to the right side. Oh yeah, look at them. Each one of those eggs can weigh up to 3 pounds, equally the same volume as 24 chicken eggs. Those eggs are so strong, well, as humans, they can stand on them and they will not even crack or break. And the ostrich, they're one of the only birds that cannot fly. They will use their wings to steer while running. Oh no, another bridge. Alright everyone, hang on. This bridge looks smaller and a little bit more sturdy, so I think it'll be okay. Alright, here we go. Oh no, the whole truck is shaking. The front tires are off and I think we're gonna make it in. We made it, one day. As we exit the savannah, we head back into the forest. This forest is called Magadi Glen. Very rare animal sighting coming up to our left side. He is the Scimitar Horned Oryx. He will not sweat until his internal body temperature reaches 115 degrees Fahrenheit. And he can also go up to 9 months out of the earth on drinking water. That's because of the vegetation that they eat, which contains enough moisture to allow them to do so. Many of the animals that we saw in the reserve are extremely endangered, and they can use any of the help they possibly can. You can help by donating to the Disney Fund fund at any retail location here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Disney will match every donation amount that you make, and it all goes towards conservation and helping those animals out. But even if you can or don't donate, let me say as well, because using the foreign hardware in your daily life, recycling, reusing, is another great way to help those animals out immensely. Oh, I do see a big pool of water coming up ahead. Alright, everyone, get ready and duck. We're all gonna get wet. Oh, here we go. Get ready. Duck, 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 duck. You're just kidding. Oh, that was close. Coming up soon will be the end of our 2-week and 2-day journey, sadly. If you did have your face covering off at any time during our journey, I will ask that you put it back on over your mouth and toes before we head into the boarding post. And also take this time to retrieve all your loose articles, bags, anything that you brought on with you. Now I'm going to put my face covering back on as well. Alright, here we go. We don't like to say bye here on safari, because it is just far too sad, it's just far too final. So we say Kwaherini, which is Swahili and it means go well. So Kwaherini everyone, thank you so much for coming along with me for the past 2 days. Have a great rest of your day here at Disney Animal Kingdom or wherever your adventure takes you. Go well and go wild out there everyone.